the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on
Ladies and gentlemen, Man Talk Mondays. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. I'm your man, Derek the Thought Engineer, with my man, comedian John Yogi. What's going on, bro?
What do it do, sir?
It does well.
Yes, sir. I am ready tonight, sir. I
feel like it's gonna be a good one tonight, man.
Yes, I do too.
I think we got something.
Yeah,
for the people.
A little something.
A little something for the peoples. Ladies, I want you tuned in tonight. I want the ladies tuned in tonight. But without further ado, we're gonna hold it up. This is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships. But of course, we're doing it from a man's perspective. Now, keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody to converse with us. Men, women, boys, and girls, you are part of the conversation. Now, how do you join the conversation? You just simply go in the comments. Drop your comment, drop your question. We can see this, and this is how you participate. But by all means, we want to hear from you. This is a conversation between us, right? So talk to us. Let us know how you feel, and we'd be more than happy to bring you into the conversation with us. But we won't prolong the time, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, Man Talk Monday News.
Welcome to Man Talk Monday News. Tonight with your host, John D. Blackman. And tonight's top story, please, y'all, please, can y'all just give us a minute apiece? Most of the time, when women come home from their long days, they bombard us with all these conversations and stuff that happened at their job. Can you just give us a little while? Can you just give us 15 minutes? If you just give us 15 minutes, let us decompress and get ready for you and all you got going on. And even if you've been at work and I've been at home, give me 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes. Don't run in the house and start talking to me about all you had going on, because I need some time too. And also, if I walk in the house and you on the phone with your mama, your brother, your cousin, your friend, them, give me some silence. I need some silence. I need some silence. Get out of the room and get me quiet so I can get ready to entertain you. Because that's what I'm all about, entertaining you. This has been Man Talk Monday News tonight with your host, John D. Blackman. Good evening and be quiet.
John Deere is stressed out, huh? Don't bring that mess to me when I come through the door.
Can I just get 5 minutes?
Abigail said, like the swag, John, like the swag.
Can I just get a few minutes to myself talking to them, please? Can that ask it too much? Before you hit me with all that, I'm just saying.
He a B-boy in his B-boy stance. Tonight, he got his hat popped to the side, and those of you can't see it, he He got his hand to the side and everything. He's feeling hard tonight. So
Hey, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready, sir. Get ready.
well, we want to let you all know, listen, Monday nights, we understand you got busy weeks and everything, but this is not the only time you can catch us. You can go and catch our podcast. We have our podcast. We have a new episode every week. We add a new one every week. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all these different podcast platforms. So while you're sitting in your car, doing your work, whatever, you could catch Man Talk Mondays. Don't have to be Monday, but you can catch us. Catch us on our podcast.
Yes.
So subscribe to our podcast so you know when we put out new episodes, and tell your friends.
Tell somebody. Listen, somebody need help just like you do with your crazy self. So you better tell somebody. You know y'all crazy for running packs. Y'all running packs. And because you're in packs, you want to get everybody help. So tell somebody. You don't want to be the only same one in your group. Tell somebody.
Make sure you like us on Facebook, YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Share. Make sure you share it with people. Let them know what's going on with Man Talk Mondays. All right?
Yeah.
Speaking of what's going on with Man Talk Monday, we got a hard one tonight.
Ooh, everybody get your books and your pens out.
Ladies, I need you to turn your volumes way up. Like Yogi said, get your pad, your pens, your paper, all that stuff.
And your thesauruses, all that.
He said your thesauruses. Tonight, what we talking about tonight, 5 things a woman needs to get a good man.
We're talking about
5 things a woman needs to get a good man.
Good man.
Right.
And we talked to several guys. So this poll came from several guys. So it ain't just me. Because if it had been me, I'd have told y'all just to hush up. It wasn't me. Mine didn't make the list. So because mine didn't make the list, I'm gonna be quiet and let Derek tell you what the list is.
Yes. This is not just from me. We got several guys that we polled, and so we took their responses and we kind of took the first major 5 themes that came up in their responses. And we came up with these 5 things that a woman needs to get a good man. To get a good man. Y'all say y'all want a good one. We're going to tell you how to get them tonight. All right. Monique said only 5. We simple, Monique.
But
men are simple.
It's 5, but it's 5 topics, but it's some subtopics in there. So make sure you got plenty of ink in your pen.
Yeah, we got to qualify these.
Yes, and also what we want to do, we want to make sure you guys, when y'all hear some of these things, we invite you guys to come in and let us know what you think about them. Whether you agree with them, whether you think they're crazy, let us know how you feel about it. Because I know most of y'all women ain't going to agree with them. But again, we trying to help y'all now. We're trying to help y'all.
Right. Because when it's cold outside, girl, who are you holding?
Boy, you crazy.
All right. So we're going to kick it off. The first thing, number 1, you need a relationship with God. A relationship with God.
See, when we say relationship with God, we just need you to know him. You ain't got to quote no scriptures. You ain't got to know exactly where Ephesians 7:32 is. You don't even have to know what Psalms 22:8 is. But you need the Bible need to not have that much dust on it. And you need to know when they say Jesus, who they talking about. You talking about Jesus down on the corner? Nah, that ain't who we talking about. You need to know who Christ is a little bit. You need to have heard about him or something.
Well, let me tell you, this does not mean that you just in church. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about you at missionary meeting, choir rehearsal, every time the church opened. This is not what we talk about. No. Most of these guys, they said, they said God fearing. That means you're accountable to somebody besides him. Because we know you don't like him all the time. And really, you look for every opportunity to challenge him, you can. But what does God say? What does God, I got to say it right. What does God say about how you act?
So, and I'm curious, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys agree or y'all disagree? Because I think it's important for you to have a reverence for something, somebody, something. Just give me something. You have to have some. I think that's really important.
And that's anybody in a relationship. If it's just based on how that person is treating you, you're not gonna do right. Let's just be real. You're not gonna do right. You need something bigger to keep you accountable. And God is bigger. He keeps you accountable in those relationships. Samantha says she agrees. Right?
Yeah.
So I got a question for you ladies out there who looking for a good man. How many times have you ever prayed to God and you ask God, am I treating my man right?
See there. Nancy.
Selena say, ain't nobody disagreeing with God. So you say,
I don't we just ignore him.
Equally yoked for sure.
Yeah.
But what does even equally yoked mean? Just because y'all go to the same church don't mean y'all equally yoked, trust me. Monique say, I agree. Just out of curiosity, the men surveyed are single, right? Why? These are men who got women. we took men from different age groups, different spectrums and everything, because we wanted to make sure we were getting a good base of different guys, but they are good men. Now ask me why I say they're good, because they've been in their marriage for quite some time, or these are guys who I know they sacrifice for the people that they with.
And why Monique always asking, trying to Monique, please don't make me. I don't want to. Don't make me, girl.
Oh, Abigail said, ooh, I don't think I have never prayed for that, but I have been specific about what I'm looking for.
Okay. D, I just want to do this. I just want to do this with Abigail. I hope this ain't out of line. Abigail, let me know. Tell me what your specifics are. If you don't mind sharing, I'm just curious about what your specifics are.
Because this is my feeling, and ladies, let me know if I'm wrong. I just feel like when you pray to God about your man, it's more about, Lord, please take care of him and keep him healthy, because you need him to be around so he can do what he provide and all this type of stuff. But how many of you ask God, ask him, am I doing right by him? Am I treating him the way he's supposed to be treated?
But see, the reason why we don't ask God in our relationship stuff, because we want what we want. And we know God may want something different or may have something different for us than what we want. Because oftentimes when we get what we want, we're like, whoa. This ain't really what I had wanted. I meant like this.
Okay, Abigail says, she says, not just equally yoked, but goals overall. Anthony Harris said, what up? What's going on? Anthony Harris in the building. Right?
Yeah.
Relationship with God. That's number one. Abigail said, John, I got to private message you because it's a whole 5-page essay.
Well, send that to Derek now.
Man Talk Mondays 1 at Gmail.
Now, okay, Abigail. Now I appreciate you in the 5-page, but really you have broken it down to where it's simple. We can make it a lot more than what it is, but I'm sure it's pretty simple. I'm sure he has to be faithful. He has to love. I'm sure it's simple. Because if you got 5 pages anything, you trying to build a man, and now we're not doing that. We're not building.
I just want. Kylie Robinson says, honestly, I never asked that, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Now, real quick, going back to Abigail, you got 5 pages of what you want from him. How long are the pages of what you gonna bring to him?
Ooh, whoa. See, let me tell you something. You know the thing about what I expect from a woman. You know the crazy thing about it, D, is men have things they expect from a woman, and everybody's trying to complete or get on somebody's list that they man, and oftentimes men and women, I think they just make it the worst. It's too tough. Listen, if you want some, I just think it's too much, man. I just think it's too much. We ain't shopping. We ain't at Macy's. Hey, man, I'm out here trying to find somebody I can love, and I'm trying to have some things. You want to have something with me? Well, let's sit down and talk about it, see what he do.
Right. 5. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is 5 things a woman needs to get a good man. 5 things a woman needs to get a good man. Right. So first one, relationship with God. So number two, second thing you need to be supportive and loving.
Now, so D, tell me what's difficult about being supportive and loving.
The difficult part about being supportive and loving is getting out your own way. That's the difficult part. Because we're selfish people. Anthony say that firecracker. We are selfish people naturally. We're selfish. So it takes something for you to look outside of yourself and consider somebody else.
And also, man, you have to be supportive on purpose. It's not anything that's just going to come along. Oh yeah, I support him. I'll be there. No. It has to be on purpose. You have to decide in your mind, I'm going to be supportive of whatever he's doing. Even if I don't agree with it sometimes, how about this? If I don't agree with it, how about I just agree with him in prayer with it? God, you take care of my baby. You know he crazy. No, that's better than praying against it. That's better than praying against it.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Laura says, God in anything is number one. You're right. You're absolutely right. Well, are we listening to him? That's what I want to know. Are we listening? Abigail says, I'm really just simple. I'm not a shallow person, but mine would be trust and be respectful.
Respectful of who? I just want to know respectful of who? What respectful to you? You don't want the hands. You know what is it? What when you say respectful? I'm curious. I'm just trying to figure out what you mean by being respectful. Respectful. You want him to open the car door? You want him? You know what I'm saying?
Now Monique says, can you give some examples of showing support and giving love as you date? Like one of the guys says, help me grow in my relationship with Christ. Help me grow in my relationship with Christ is what he said. Some guys was talking about, just have your man back.
Yeah, that's really what it means. Just figuring out, once you figure out who I am and what drives me, is being supportive and covering me. Cover me. I heard Cheryl Underwood say, if he come in the house and he say he's gonna be an astronaut, you just make him an astronaut suit, girl, and pray for him. Lord, he don't want to be an astronaut.
He ain't never going to no moon, but
he ain't been
like he can get there. Listen. Real quick, Anthony said we as men look for that support from our spouse to move to the next level. You got to understand how motivation hits us, what it does for us. And a lot of times we just want to know that you appreciate, number one, the things that we've been doing. It's little gestures to show that you appreciate, because if you will show your man some love and some support, he'll run through fire for you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. A good man. Mm-hmm. He will run through fire for you. But you do have to get to know him and know what motivates him and like I said, some guy may say, help me become a better man as far as growing in Christ. Some guys say, hey, I'm starting a business. Maybe you have some insight that I need.
When he say, I'm starting a business, he gonna look at you like this. I think I'm gonna start a business.
Right.
You like, you thinking in your mind, girl, this fool coming here every week with something else. Girl, and you just look at him and say, you know what, baby? You gonna do that. What you going to business in? He gonna do like this. I really hadn't got to that part yet. But we going into business. You be supportive of him and pick him up when he needed. Listen, this thing is a team thing. Y'all don't understand it. Relationships are team things, man. No one person has all the answers. But if you can get that thing to work together like a team, it ain't nothing that you guys can't do.
Now, Kylie says, if you agree to disagree, that's not being supportive. Now, I'm not saying hype him up on some nonsense. I'm saying if he has something, help him make sense of it instead of just shooting him down.
That's true. That's
I'll just be like, oh, you stupid. You crazy. You know what I'm saying?
You keep that in your head. You keep that in your head.
Listen. Because let me tell you, women, we do it to you all the time. We do it to you all the time. A good man, this is what he does. He does this to you all the time. You come up with theories, you come up with different things, and we don't come to tear you down right away. A good man, he doesn't come in to tear you down right away. He's looking to offer some, he'd be like, oh, yeah. Did you think about this? Did you think about that? And the whole nine. And you got to consider this stuff moving forward. You have to consider it. But that's what being supportive means. It's how do you criticize without tearing down? You don't want to crush their spirit in the effort to, disagree with them. You can still, be supportive in helping them without making them feel like they dumb and they stupid or stuff like that. And that's really what being supportive is. Nobody wants to be made feel like they're crazy, they're stupid, their ideas are stupid. And we got to pay attention to that. Anthony says a lot of women are so quick to undercut their man, i.e., let him paint a wall and watch them be saying, you missed that spot in that spot. He is absolutely right. You standing there to criticize what he's doing or what he's trying to do, that's not being supportive. Being supportive is maybe you help him, you pick up a brush yourself and you catch the spots. He got most of the wall, but you catch the spots, right? Because the whole thing is, what's the bigger picture? If he says he wants to start a business, if he says he wants to get something, you know what I'm saying? He may not have it all worked out. Help him work it out. Instead of just throwing up roadblocks, you help him think through it. This is being supportive. As far as being loving, it's all in the spirit in which you do it. You got to believe in him. Because why would you be with somebody you don't believe in? Really? Why would you get with somebody you don't believe in? You want to believe in that person. John Lewis said, that's the most important part. I'm telling you, men thrive off encouragement. We thrive off encouragement. But on the flip side of that, you will shut us down with negativity and not being supportive and not being loving. You shut us down, especially being highly critical of something that if a man brings an idea to you, number one, he respects you enough to bring it to you. So if he brings it to you, listen to what he's saying. Offer suggestions and help him think through it. Don't just tell him he's crazy and tell him, I don't agree with what you're saying and all this type of stuff. If you have a disagreement, offer some kind of another solution. Help him how to get around this particular hurdle. John said, because they just wanted, Lord, because they just wanted the chance. Well, I don't know where we went off on that one, but Listen, most women get with a man and they want a man to progress and do more. He can. Sometimes he needs encouragement as well. So Abigail says, relationship is a team. So when I say respect, show each other respect. If y'all get into an argument, express your feelings and move on. And do the things to change whatever the disagreement was. Trust must be there. Be respectful. So much more to show respect to each other. And she's absolutely right. Men receive love through respect. This is how you show a man love. You respect him. Anthony says, if she picks up that brush and help, that would encourage him to say, look what we did. Oh, see, now you get some praise in the whole process. Look what we did. Anthony is absolutely right. Look what we did. Not just me. Look what we did. And that's what you have to keep in mind. Laura says, and have to listen to his conversation and be interested, even if you're really not. If it's important to him, it should be to his mate. Absolutely. Just the way when women bring problems to men are natural problem solvers. We want to solve the problem, but that's not what you want. You just want somebody to listen. We have to dial it back and just listen. So that means people, if you're in a relationship, you in a good relationship, you're adjusting yourself for the other person because you are thinking about the other person. You be respectful to the other person because you want what they want, or you respect what they want. And that's key. That's important. Abigail said we is definitely the key word. You don't ever want your man to have to hide what he's doing from you because he feels like you're not going to understand him or you're not going to support him or anything like that. You don't want that. Because if you want to be included, you got to be supportive. You got to be loving. You got to come with the right attitude, the right approach, the whole nine. This is what you have to do. Roberson Begrit says, why are women so bitter? Oh, wow. Particularly those women you had past relationships with and you had a baby with. The man moves on, but the women have a hard time moving on. All right. So Roberson getting off into some deep stuff right here. I feel what you're saying. Women are bitter because maybe they're hurt. Listen, hurt people. And a lot of times when you hurt people or people are hurting, it's going to spread off to somebody else. And it's typically the person, it's not necessarily the person that they're actually mad at. But you got to keep in mind that you can't reciprocate that. If she's bitter, you know what I'm saying? You got to be, I know it's hard. You got to be the bigger person sometimes. Because you said in past relationships and you had a baby with them, listen, you want to keep things cool for the sake of the baby. You want to be supportive for the sake of the baby. I know it's hard. Listen, relationships are not easy. These are things that are difficult. They're rewarding. It's good to have somebody with you. It's good to have somebody by your side and the whole nine. But when you take on a relationship, you taking on problems. And we do people a disservice by not being real that you're going to have problems. Anthony said, hurt people. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Hurt people. And one of the most hurting things is to not feel like you're supported. You're not being heard. People are not taking you seriously. That's hurt. And it opens a door a lot of times where somebody going to listen to you. Somebody going to be supportive. And I'm gonna tell y'all women, that's how other women catch a man. She's supportive, she loving, she all that other stuff. So you being supportive and loving is a good defense for him, staying where he need to be. All right, Kylie says, women are more emotional. Having a baby is a very intimate and emotional thing and difficult to just walk away from and heal from. Absolutely right. That's why it takes time. And most people don't give themselves time. You got to be patient with relationships. You got to be patient. Sometimes it takes people a certain amount of time to move beyond something. Now, they got to be doing the work, trying to heal. Some people just sit in the hurt, they sit in the pain, and they just want to make everybody else miserable because of it. But you be supportive, but the person needs to be doing some work to try to move past it. And you help them in that. You be supportive in that. Even to the point if they need to seek counseling, they need some help, you do that. You help them seek counseling. You go to counseling with them whenever it's necessary. You want to be supportive in that process because you're trying to get back to a healthy place together. That's really what you're trying to do. Trying to get back to a healthy place together. Anthony says, what one won't do, another one will. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. You want to be supportive and loving with your man because that's typically the trap that men fall into. Some woman, hey, she ain't feeling you, but I am. She's saying all the right things and the whole nine. Chris Price says, amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is 5 things a woman needs to get a good man. Don't forget, check our podcast out. You can always go back and listen to our podcast at your leisure. Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. You can catch us at all these different podcast places where you can go download podcasts and listen to podcasts. So make sure you check out our podcast as well. All right. All right. So the third thing of the 5 things a woman needs to get a good man. This is number 3. Number 3 is you want her to be loyal. Loyal. Loyalty is serious. Loyalty is serious. One of the guys, he said, I want honesty. I want honesty. This is how he responded. He said, honesty, loyal. I want honesty. So much I want integrity. I want him to be ethical. I want loyalty. And most people want loyalty. You want to know that that person is for you. Most people don't want to be made out to be the fool. That's really what it boils down to. Don't make me out to be the fool. Nobody wants to be the fool. Because if you are the person who's giving your all in a relationship, the one thing you don't want to find out is that you giving your all, the other person is taking it for granted. This is why you got to be loving and supportive and appreciative. You got to show appreciation in the way that the person receives it. Right? So you got to keep that in mind. You got to be mindful of that. Loyalty is key. And I know what Chris Brown said. I know what he said.
What did he say?
He said these promiscuous women are loyal. But that's not who we're dealing with, right?
I didn't hear that version, bro. That must have been a Christian version. I didn't hear that version.
That was a college version, the intellectual version. Jeffrey Jones says, be careful with that loyalty stuff because some folks are there because they have nowhere else to go. Now, to Jeffrey's point, you have to judge your motives.
Mm-hmm.
You have to judge your motives. If you're really there for selfish reasons, disguising it as loyalty and support, It's only a amount of time, which goes back to, that's why one of the guys said honesty. Be honest.
And you know the crazy thing about being loyal, man, I think sometimes we kind of take it out of context. Because when I started doing when I first started doing comedy, I was at a lot of different places, meeting a lot of different people, and my wife was there with me. And people had more plans for her than they had for me. And I was the one doing the comedy and all that stuff. And so you have to be loyal, because if you're not, it'll stop you and him from going to different heights. Now you may be able to go to a place, but you probably won't be able to go with him. It's, man, just being loyal and listen. And I could take her because I know she was loyal to me like that. So it does mean something to know that you can go to Timbuktu and come back, and I don't have to worry about you coming in and talking about, see, I had met Jesse, and then Jesse had said, and you know what I'm saying? It means something.
That is it. You are absolutely right. I want to know that when I leave, I can come back and you will still be the same way I left.
Yeah.
Faithful. Because here's the thing. If I can't trust you when I'm not around, that takes away from productive time.
Yes.
If I need to spend my time focusing on something else, I can't focus, because if I'm away from you, I got to worry about what you're doing.
There's no way you can take over the world if you're looking back.
Boy. Right.
There is no way. Listen,
right.
Because it's gonna take both of y'all to take the world over anyway.
Right.
It's gonna take both of y'all.
Anthony said untainted. Let nobody be done taught what I got.
And so just let me say this. And at that point, you have to realize and understand if that's really what you want or not. Listen, if you're not ready for that in your life, just be honest with yourself and say, listen, man, I've been out here making it happen. Now, this man or woman. And if that's where you are in your life, hey man, be honest with you and that next person to say, hey man, listen, guy, listen, baby, I feel like this could be something, but that's just not where I am right now. And you'll be better for it, because you would treat people like you want to be done. We don't have to be hoeing out and dogging folk out like that. It don't have to be like that. We can be cordial with what we're doing, even if you're doing wrong.
So I'm asking men and women, what's so hard about being loyal? Let's be honest. What's hard about being loyal? What you got?
Well, one of the things that's hard about being loyal, as soon as you find somebody, the food start coming from everywhere, dog. They come from everywhere. As soon as you get somebody, you be like, what was y'all
You know, there's an actual scientific term. You ever notice that when you buy a car, you start seeing it everywhere?
Oh, absolutely. Everywhere. Mm-hmm.
It's I forgot what it's called, but there is something behind that. But you're absolutely right. Some people call it the forbidden fruit theory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People don't want you till somebody else got you, because it's like they don't value you until somebody else has shown that you have some value.
They want to know what the resale is on that thing.
Resale, boy, they shoplifting. What you talking about? Resale, shoplifting.
Right. I just think it's difficult when you're not disciplined as a person. You know, we all have our things that our different things that we deal with. But if you're not disciplined as a person, if you're, because it's one thing to say no to one person, two people, but when they keep coming at you, because this is what women have to deal with. Women have to constantly turn dudes down all the time, whether they know it or not, whether they even think about it or not. And it's just something to be in the point where I can just be turning people down because that's just not who I am. Even if I wasn't with nobody, that's not who I am. But hey, if that's who you are, and you see, because my thing was, what we love about somebody will make us want to choke them out. Because I remember I had this girl who stayed in the mirror. Oh, she was just too pretty. I just got to make sure. And after a while, that thing I loved about it, I wanted to choke her out about it. But guys was always in her face, and she loved it. And the minute I wasn't with her, she loved them. The minute I went with her, she loved him. Dude, I'm serious, and you got to be smart enough to know, hey man, this thing might not work out like I think it's supposed to.
Yeah. You got to check and make sure that person likes your attention, not just attention, period. Because when they're not getting it from you, they're going to look for it from somebody else.
Exactly.
But if they want your attention, they'll let you know they need your attention. Typically, you don't want them to do it in ways where they got to chase you down, all that type of stuff. But that's key. That's important. You got to make sure. These are 5 things. Women, I hope y'all writing this down, right?
Because they ain't talking to us. Where you at? Do y'all agree or disagree? Where y'all at?
Did we throw y'all off with loyal?
Hey, just a little bit.
She got tainted, Judge. She got tainted.
Just a little bit. Timmy Tide tainted.
Nobody wants to have to compete with other people for somebody who has said that they're yours. Now that goes both ways. You gotta pay attention to, because sometimes people compete with jobs, they compete with church, they compete with not just other people, they compete with other interests where you should be showing some attention,
Because the relationship to whom you are in it with should be worth fighting for. It should be worth fighting for, and that's not. And I'm talking about fighting off other things, and trying to get to them, making sure that y'all good.
No, you're absolutely right. Listen, you gotta constantly. I'm only say we were right. All right, so class in session, they're right. You gotta constantly be on guard for your relationship.
Yeah,
you gotta constantly be on guard. But we wanted to bring these 5 things because honestly, a lot of men don't feel like nobody's checking for them. Nobody's seeing about us to see what it is that we value, what it is that we need. And what is it? I gotta go. What is it about women that you think that just because he got you, that's enough? That's the prize. Like, you don't have to work, you don't have to bring nothing to the table. It's, you got me, so you good.
Well, they feel like that because of the fuss that we make over when we're trying to get them. So we fight, scratch, pinch, kick, and bite. And so when we finally get them, they're like, well, he got me, he winning. So now it's time for me to win. But it's only a couple of ways we can be winning once we get you. It's only a couple of, hey man, bro, listen, you know what? We were both put her to be a blessing to each other, but some kind of way when we get married, it don't keep going like that. It tends to get one-sided. But that's another show. That's next week. We're talking about that ain't where we're at this week. We want to make sure y'all getting these things. D, what I missed? Did I miss something? What I missed?
No, I mean, we went over to supporting and loving. We really got into that one. We just hit loyal.
Okay.
Just hit loyal. So we're going to number 4. Ladies, y'all ready for number 4? Here's number 4. Number 4 is a strong work ethic, goal-oriented, strong work ethic.
So now this is the thing, because when I first heard it, I thought we're looking for somebody professional that's doing this, doing that, but it's not really about that. It's just about you bringing something. Listen, if you at McDonald's on them fries, girl, I want you to do them fries. You hear me? I want you to do them fries, and I want you to bring them fries home with some burgers. And listen, because if that's how I found you. Because listen, this is really not attached to what your work is, what the work is that you do. Because there's all of us. But if that's where you start at, you do you, and you bring that thing home, and we're gonna make that thing better.
Anthony says, just like they tell us, do the same thing you did to get me, to keep me. Right. Yeah. Keep that same energy.
Yeah.
Keep that same energy. Don't lose nothing. Now we would talk about goal oriented. Some of the guys says, I want somebody who's financially productive. Another guy was like, I want somebody who's ambitious. Goal. Now, what's the purpose of a woman having goals? Why would it be important for a woman to have goals? Be goal.
Because want somebody. You want somebody that's trying to go somewhere, man. You know the funny thing is, you want somebody that ain't sitting home on the couch waiting for you to come rescue her. You looking for somebody that's trying to make things happen for herself, just in case you don't come along. You looking for a woman that says, I'm gonna be all right with you or without you. Because when you come now, I can add to what we're doing. And we finna be the Obamas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dude. Yeah. Because if you sitting around the house and you don't have no work ethic or no money coming in, you waiting on somebody to come save you.
Yeah. And
there's nothing more demeaning than how you get to be treated when you waiting for somebody to come to save you.
Men want an asset just like women do.
We want to be able to brag about what you do like you're going to brag about us and what we do. Did I say that?
You're right. Listen, it means something to have a wife who is about doing something. Listen, good men are encouragers too. We want to hype you up. We want to encourage you. We want to make you feel like you can take over the world. Absolutely. Because truth be told, the world step to you wrong. Who gonna knock them out? Who coming for them? We are.
I used to. I can't do it now. I'm just hit you and run now.
You gonna write a letter and call the police? Hey, I can dial 911. Anthony says, what if they have those attributes, but you see, what if they don't have those attributes, but you see potential in them? Men have to nurture as well.
Exactly. Because when most of the time, women judge us on our potential. Oftentimes when we start dating, we're not there yet, but we on our way. And so women base us off our potential a lot, and I think we should do the same with them if they're not exactly there yet. But now we'll know whether or not you're not there yet, or you're not trying to get there. You waiting on me to get there.
Now, Monique says most women may feel that way because we automatically nurture, support, and love. I don't know if I agree with that, Monique.
Well, I don't. I ain't got to know. I know I don't agree with that.
Why not?
Monique is using, and I hate to say it like this. When you have gone through some things and you have matured through relationships and stuff, then that kind of stuff comes out. But most of the time, when we're in the height of our dating, we're in our 20s. We ain't got no nurturing in us. We ain't got none of that. All we got is where the booty at, who can I get it, how can I get it, what can I do? Dude, that's all we got. That's all we got. And it's great. I think it's great that when you get older, more mature relationship, that's what comes out. But for the most part, no, I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna disagree with that one.
Yeah. Anthony said no such thing as automatic because men are taught how to treat women. You open the door for them. You're polite to them. And all this type of stuff. But women, help me out. Help me out. Y'all let me know. I don't know that women are taught how to treat men. I think women are taught how to be treated by men. That's the difference.
That's good, man.
Wesley says, it shows that you are able to move without me. We have to still operate in singleness even though we're married. Let me tell you what Wesley's talking about. This is what Wesley's talking about here. Or I feel he's talking about. You have to have something to occupy your time as well. Otherwise, idle mind is a devil's workshop. You either got time to complain about everything I'm doing, or you finding something else to get into that says that you're not loyal. But if you got your own thing that you're working on, I can go and work on my thing and I don't have to worry about loyalty and all that type of stuff because I know you busy working on your thing.
Now, the caveat is, guys, this works both ways. Ninja needs something to do just like you need something to do. So nobody need to be at home all day. Now, if you at home taking care of the kids, do you? Because the kids gonna be more than enough for you to be dealing with.
Exactly. If you got kids and you raising kids, that's a whole different thing. Women, Monique says, and women are nurturing. Monique,
you gonna make me fight you.
Monique, here's the thing, Monique. Monique said women are nurturing. Here's the thing, Monique. If we don't feel like you are,
then you're not.
You can't just say you are. And listen, we speak in generalities. We understand that there are some exceptions.
Yes.
We understand that there are some exceptions, but we're talking in generalities. If you are a nurturing person, that's fine. Keep being that person. But talk to your homegirls. Some of them might be stacking.
But now maybe we need to clarify, because we're talking about women, not girls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe that's the difference. Maybe when you're a woman, you become more nurturing. But I don't know. I'm trying, Monique. I'm trying.
And let me mess with some people's thinking right now. Finish this phrase for me. Behind every man, there's
some woman nagging him.
Behind every great man, there's a what?
A butler?
Y'all help John out real quick. How do you finish that phrase? Behind every great man, there's a what?
A great woman. A great woman.
There's a great woman. Yeah, there's a great woman. Behind every man, there's a reason why that if he's great, she's great.
Mm-hmm.
Because women, you're either our greatest influence, our greatest motivation, or you are our biggest distraction.
Oh, boy, you said that then.
You either the biggest motivation or you the biggest distraction.
Yeah, man, you're right, bro.
Listen, a man can be great by himself. Let's be honest. But most people want somebody with them. They want somebody to share the victories, even the defeats. But if you are not a good woman, you are bad for him. That's why it has to be a great woman behind him for him to be great. Otherwise, he'll never see his greatness because you have become a deficit instead of an asset.
Well, what you expect me to say after that?
Let that marinate. Let that marinate for a minute. So don't get all hyped just because you got him and he doing all this great stuff. Don't let him have to do it despite you, because if he have to do it despite you, he gonna make sure he go grab somebody who gonna act right.
Wow.
Then you upset. He ain't good. Yeah.
Because most men, when they're on the cusp of greatness, especially if they by themselves, they do start looking. They do want somebody. They do want somebody with them, man. Because success, to be honest, man, it ain't really nothing if you don't have nobody to share it with. Because if you can go through the process with him while he's doing it, that's even better. You know, if you can be there to walk with him. Because listen, you guys can be really good together, and y'all can be great together as well. Man, that's good, dude. That's good. That's really good.
Like Jeffrey says, behind every great man is a strong discipline. He can get it without her as long as he doesn't quit on himself. Right. But here's the thing. Whenever you take on a mate, the dynamics change dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
They change.
Mm-hmm.
Your motivations are different.
Yeah.
You can't move as fast anymore because now you got somebody else is coming with you, and you can't move beyond their pain point. Listen to what I'm saying. You can't move beyond their pain point. If you move and it may be comfortable for you, but they say ouch, you got to pull up.
You got to pull up. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You got to pull up.
Yeah.
Selena says, but you can move farther. What Selena's talking about here, there's an African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, take people with you.
Wow.
But they have to be the right people. And they have to have the same destination.
That you want. Mm-hmm.
Or else they will be a hindrance to you getting where you need to be. Anthony says, "Woman, get thee behind me."
Well, you know, and to that D, why that's so important, man, that we're on the same page is because that's when you really have to decide, man, if that's what you want. Because the only way Michelle and Barack could achieve that goal of him being president, man, is they had to be on the same page. She had to say, okay, cool, I'm gonna play the background while we push you up, but as soon as you get done, I'm touring all over the country. I'm all over the country with mine. You know what I'm saying?
Out there killing it.
That shot, exactly. Dude, listen, it's worth talking about, guys. It's worth talking about.
Chris Price says, I had to change that phrase for myself. Beside every great man, because she's my rib. What if there's only enough space for one of you? And see, that's the thing. Because if she got to be beside you, it's not about you. She needs some glory herself. She's not satisfied with you just getting it.
She wants something too.
She got to get something herself.
Whoa. Everybody should deserve some glory, D. Everybody should. Everybody should. But timing is everything. Time is she'll have her time just like he has his.
Yes.
But it has to be discussed and talked about. The plan has to be, here, listen, let me get on, because when I'm doing my comedy stuff, it's me on stage. But now my wife is with me because she wants the best for me. But after I get done, she's gonna be like, hey, what about me? This is what I want to do. Okay, bet. Let's do that.
Right. I can either push you because I'm behind you, or I can pull you, but I can't pull you beside me. It takes more force to pull you beside me. Mm-hmm. I gotta either push or pull. That's just pure physics. We gotta get to number 5.
That's all.
We gotta get to number 5. So here's number 5. Number 5 is non-confrontational. Non-confrontational. That's number 5, women. Non-confrontational. Now, when we talk about non-confrontational, some guy says, don't bring, be careful about the baggage you bring in, the drama. Try the drama free. Don't come with the drama. And some guy says, have self-control. Know how to control yourself. Learn how to control yourself when it comes to disagreements, arguments, the whole nine. It's one thing to argue, but it's another thing to fight. Don't come looking for a fight every time we get into an argument.
It's okay to have a little hood as long as it's sprinkled on like salt. The hood can't be the eggs. And you're trying to sprinkle common sense on it. It don't work. It don't work. It don't work. We need you. Listen, there is nothing more like somebody that can put on some we need somebody evil. We need somebody level-headed. Because if we both fools, we destined for is jail.
Right.
Somebody has to be level-headed. And most of the time, she gonna be what you not. She gonna be the yin to your yang most of the time.
Right.
Y'all gonna be different. Y'all are gonna be different. That's just how it is.
Like Abigail said, control your emotions. Control. Now, we're not saying roll over for somebody. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah. But
there's a way to disagree. There's a way to raise objection. There's a way to go about it, because once you come a certain way, now we're not tossing ideas back and forth. We trying to take each other down.
I will put that man in your life. If you throw something at me, I'm gonna call the police on you. I'm telling you right
now. Monique says self-control is key. Absolutely.
It absolutely is.
Absolutely. You got to be able to control yourself.
Yes, you do. You do. I mean, and hey, it sounds easy, but nobody knows how to pick at you like the person that you trying to be with. Don't nobody find those spots and them things that you could do to make you say, you know what? I'm gonna bag the truck up and put you somewhere and they ain't gonna never find you. Nobody does it like the people you're in a relationship. I'm telling you.
Right. This is the trick about letting people close to you. Like Abigail goes back to respect. You gotta respect the other person. Once cuss words are involved, conversation is done. Well, if you just talk like that, but if that's understood,
but normally
it's another thing to cuss me out.
It's the tone of the voice. Once the yelling started and cussing, somebody need to leave. Like,
I
hear
take
you.
a ride.
Like, somebody, man.
Oh, and Jeffrey says, and don't use intimacy against him.
Oh,
Don't
Jeffrey,
use the sex as a weapon.
Jeffrey, you can stop that because they do that all the time. They do that when they get old and young. They do that anyway. You can forget that, bro. They got to be taught not to do that.
Yeah,
So that's their go-to. That's their go-to.
Yeah, he got a point. Women, when you withhold, because that's confrontational.
What else they got? They ain't gonna stop talking to us. They know we don't care about that. All they got left is the booty. You know what? Say it again. Say that again. All they got is the booty. They're gonna take that and put it in the closet. And then want to lay there next to you at night. You better get up out of here.
Hey, and they come to bed right. you all right, baby? You all right? Move, go on somewhere. Abigail says, once your tone is high pitched, we done.
She right. She right.
You gotta know the person's triggers. You gotta know and respect them. Respect them, because once a person gives you those triggers, you know how to set them off, or you know how to keep them calm.
Right.
But it, like Abigail said, it goes back to respect. Monique said it's not about that. Once you're upset, it's hard to be sexual.
Is it though? Is it really hard to be sexual? Because it don't seem like it's hard for me at all to just roll you over. Is it really that hard? It don't seem that hard. It don't seem like it's that hard. Because see, people don't know how to be. I think my wife coming. People don't know how to be mad and get over it and go on about something else. See, we hold grudges. We doing too much. We doing. Listen, that's too much. If you can't have the disagreement without getting in your feelings and trying to withhold something from it, we doing too much. Girl, you better roll over and do. Listen, it takes longer for y'all to get over what we're going through. Then I'm gonna be there anyway. What you doing, girl? If you don't roll over and come on here so we can get out and go to sleep, girl, you know you gotta come on now and quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Girl, you doing too much. Yeah, you better come on. Girl, you better come on playing with me. You better come on, quit that.
Hey man. Now keep in mind this, we surveyed several good men, right? And we took, these are the 5 things from the responses we got. These are the 5 themes that kind of were consistent throughout all the responses, right? So these are the top 5, right? Top 5. We'll run them down real quick. Once again, we got number 1, relationship with God. Number 2, supportive and loving. Number 3, loyal. Number 4, goal-oriented. Got to have a work ethic. Mm-hmm. Number 5, non-confrontational.
And remember, you guys can go back and check this out on the podcast. Man Talk Monday podcast. Go check that out. Go back and you can stop it. And you can start it back and you can stop it. So make sure you get all of this. Because this is, hey, that's what it's there for. So you guys can go back and check that out.
Right.
Log in, check that out, sign up, do whatever you do on podcast.
And tell your friends.
Yes, exactly.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends about it. Wow, man.
Went quick, man. Goes quick, don't it?
Yeah.
Goes quick, man. Goes quick.
Goes super fast.
Yes, it does. All right, final thoughts. Okay, my final thought for this evening is this. We don't have, these are just some of the things. And we really want you guys to concentrate on some things, because a lot of time when you're looking for information, it will present itself to you. And we're not saying that you guys are that bad. We're not saying none of that. We're just saying that these are some things that perhaps you might want to take a look at and work on. Because most of the guys are even keel. Most of the guys, this list is perfect for most of the guys. Okay, so hey, and again, all is in love. We just want to help. All right, you guys be blessed.
Listen, let me tell you, when I hear people talk about relationships and they look for advice and they do research about relationships and they can give you all these types of statistics. The motive behind that is people are trying to find a problem-free relationship. Let me help you. There is no such thing. Relationships are problem management, if anything. But if you think you're going to get into this thing problem-free, you're fooling yourself. So it's more important to find somebody who's worth going through it with. But that's somebody who is for you. They know how to commit to other people. It's not all about self. Once you got that and that's reciprocated, you got something good. And there is nothing you can't get past. But just know there's going to be some challenges. Life is too complicated. Life is too dynamic. People change. I'm not the same person my wife married. She's not the same person I married. We develop, we grow. We hope it's positive. And we want to make sure it's positive. But just understand that there's relationships are dynamic. So there's no one fix, no one end all be all to this whole thing. So just commit to do the work. Relationships will work. Commit to do it. And just manage the issues that come up. And you'll find relationships are very rewarding once you do the work. So do the work. And that's our King Speak for this week.
Well, whew, brother.
Man, that was
a good one, man. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, well, that was a good one, man.
Like I said, it's a great show. The list is great. I could have listened for another hour. Problem management, not problem free. I like that. We're just trying to help somebody.
If y'all would just listen, please. If y'all just listen.
Hey, thank you everybody for listening. Don't forget, share with your friends. Tell them about the podcast. They can go back and listen anytime they want to.
Yes.
We here every Monday. Man Talk Mondays. Like, share, subscribe, like us on Facebook. Subscribe on Facebook, YouTube. Share us with your friends. We want to, and let us know how you enjoy the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget, podcast, Man Talk Mondays podcast. Check out the podcast. Yeah. You can go back and listen to it as many times as you want to, right? Just check out the podcast, man. Some good listening while you're riding in your car. You can even go back and have a laugh or two while you're riding to and from work, while you're at home chilling. Tell people about the podcast, man. We're trying to go podcast on y'all. So, but hey, we know. Do we know? Can we tell them what we're talking about next week?
Yeah, go ahead. So next week we're gonna women wanted to know, okay, so how do men find a good woman? We're gonna let you know those 5 things for the women as well. All right. So women, we got you. We got your back. Because we know all of us don't act right all the time. So we got your back. So
before we go, D, tell them where we can find the podcast on social media outlets. Tell them.
You can go to Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Just go type in Man Talk Mondays. It'll come up. You'll find all the episodes, and we update it every week. So new episode every week. We appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for the love. We out. We'll see y'all next Monday. Man Talk Mondays.
Y'all be blessed.